Hello YouTube, LD50 here, back with another video, and today we're going to run through the trial of Cunning with a deathless melee Amara build. We're going to talk about the gear a little bit, and also how we swap over to take care of the boss. Currently the boss is in a state of having his health bar massively increased while the True Trial event is on. So he has similar to sort of damage to Hermoverus, the raid boss. So we need a way to apply a massive amount of damage to him. So for the general mobbing areas, we're using a Ties That Bind build. Here's the red tree. We've got down as far as Ties That Bind. Taking along the way Anima, because we need to extend the duration of the dot that we're going to apply to the boss, and to increase the elemental damage, a point into Illuminated Fist to give us more melee damage. This is currently being boosted by the com. A point into Dread for the first part of the run, where we will be using Ties That Bind, and Dread will become useful. Also gives us extra gun damage, not to be sniffed at. Green tree, we don't want any health regeneration. We're running a deathless build, and we want to maintain the deathless situation, the state of low HP when we take the deathless artifact off and swap over to the Unleash the Dragon, which we're going to do for the boss fight. 5 out of 5 into arms deal for the increased splash damage and reduced splash damage taken. And a point into Find Your Center for the increased melee damage. On the purple tree, 5 out of 5 into No Mistakes in Nature, 5 out of 5 into Heavy Rain. That's boosting splash damage, and that is boosting melee damage when we apply a status effect. And then finally, in the blue tree, we're not taking any points into Violet Tapestry, because when we get to the boss, we will have the Unleash the Dragon on, which is a guaranteed application of dot. 3 out of 3 into Fast Hands for the reload, and importantly, the swap, which we will need for the boss. 5 out of 5 into Do Harm. This is going to increase our action skill damage. 3 out of 3 into Transcend for extra crit damage. 3 out of 5 into Restless for some extra cooldown. Single point into Ascendant to boost whichever augment we choose to take. 3 out of 3 into Laid Bare. 3 out of 3 into Wrath for the debuff and gun damage. 3 out of 3 into Awakening to improve our rush stacks. 1 out of 3 into Remnant, and a single point into Avatar. All the way down to Groundbreaker in the Guardian rank. Mayhem 11, I don't like the modifiers, so that's what we're going to play on. And then gear wise, we have Urad Face Puncher. The Psycho Stabber with 300 over 90 is for applying the dot to the boss at the end, and the Guardian Angel again is more for the end. In fact, what we'll do is we'll take those items off and just pop them in the bank. We don't need in our backpack. We don't actually need them for the bossing area, for the mobbing area. We're running a Revolter for the extra shock enraged damage. We're running a Muse for extra melee damage. Atom Balm Deathless to keep us below half HP, so that we activate the anointment on the Face Puncher. This one's also boosting radiation damage and area of effect damage. And we've got an It's Piss Grenade with action skill End Incendiary. So we'll pick up the mission. We'll run through until the boss, and then before we drop down for the boss, we'll swap the gear that we need for the boss, and we'll have a quick talk about that. So let's run through the first area.
Demonstrate your worth, Vault Hunter.
Right, I'm not going to be going for any particularly fast time. I would just like a nice safe time, hopefully not having to go into fight for my life too many times.
How far will you go?
Whoops. Alright, we're back up again. There we go.
Woo, fine. Let's make this quick. Great. Vault.
Family got my back!
Eyes up. Got a target.
There we go. There's a nice group of tinks over here, so we should be able to get all of them. There we go. And there we go, first area completed. Not too many dramas. We're obviously going to have to be careful of barrels. They are very, very unfriendly. One thing to note when you're using tires that bind, don't shoot the target you pick up, shoot one of the ones that gets grasped. You'll do more damage that way. There we go.
Absolute massacre. Unstoppable. Why not?
And there we go, second area done. Not too many dramas. I'm not the best player in the world, so I do go down quite a bit. However, we are able to get ourselves back up again easily.
I hope you're warmed up. Warmed up for the prize.
And we're back up again. We'll pick this likely group up. There we go. Should have some coming out over here. And some coming up here.
I'm a freaking legend.
I said it!
And we've got a few up the top there. We can get more grass stuck together.
I'm gonna trap ya! Great ball!
And last one's coming around the corner here.
Almost there.
Okay,
You can do
right,
better
now
than
we need
that.
to go down and take care of the boss. So, we're going to equip our Psycho Stabber with the 300/90 anoint. And we're going to equip our Guardian Angel with the URAD anointment. We're going to change to a Stinger. I'm going to use a radiation one in this instance. And we're going to change to our Unleash the Dragon. Now what happens with the Unleash the Dragon is that when you apply a melee damage, it has a guaranteed chance to ignite. So it will apply a dot, and the dot is boosted in duration by Amara. So it should last for a long time. Now, once we've applied the dot, we will swap over to the Guardian Angel, because we will still be under the half health, and we will get the URAD as well as the bonus from distance. When we activate our action skill, it's going to apply the melee damage from the stinger, because the stinger deals melee damage, and that is what's going to apply our Unleash the Dragon dot. We are going to change our action skill over to I think we'll do Reverberation, and we'll change to a different augment. What we don't want to do is take an augment that gives us any health. So we don't want to take Soul Sap, because that would fill our health bar up, and then we would lose the URAD anointment that we have on our Guardian Angel. So I'll either leave it as Stillness as Mind, or we'll go with Allure. Allure will do, I think. And what we're going to do is we're going to run up to the boss and apply the dot from the Unleash the Dragon using the stinger, but whilst holding the Psycho Stabber. And the reason we hold the Psycho Stabber is it deals 340% extra melee damage, so that boosts the melee damage from the stinger. Obviously, as you know, the stinger does melee damage. The Nova is melee damage. And then once we've applied that dot, we're going to change to the Guardian Angel, and then we're going to get as far away as we can from the boss, because that will increase the damage of our dot. So we're going to jump down and we're going to see how that pans out.
We have reached the
So
trials.
we're going to run over here. I'm going to run over behind here. I don't want him shooting me too early. Get nice and close. Swap over to the Guardian Angel and then run away. As you can see, it applies a massive, massive dot to him.
I know a badass when I
And
see
there
one.
you go. He is dead. And we can just take care of these with our Face Puncher. So, not the fastest run, but we have managed to kill the boss with 20 minutes remaining. We'll just go and complete the trial, and we'll have a quick run through the build again.
Not bad.
So, for this run, we were using a URAD Face Puncher, and we were using the Atom Balm Deathless. For the boss, we were using the Unleash the Dragon. For the mobbing areas, we were using the Revolter Shield. We changed over to the Stinger for the boss. We were using an Itzpiss Grenade to debuff the enemy if we threw the grenade, but also to provide us with some extra bonus incendiary damage on skill end. We were using a Muse. This Muse has got melee damage, action skill cooldown round, action skill damage on it. It's also got 3 points in Illuminated Fist. Our skills on the red tree, we just went down as far as Ties That Bind. That was the important thing to get for the mobbing area. But on the way, importantly, we must take Anima to increase the length of that dot for the boss, and Tempest to increase the elemental damage. On the green tree, we took 5 out of 5 into Root to Rise. We're not going to raise our health because we're running a Deathless, but we don't want health regen. Because when we take the Deathless off, we don't want to regen our health. We want to keep it low so that we can still proc that anointment. So we've taken it there. Bit of a waste, but this here, personal space, doesn't work. So we have to take some points to get down. What we want is we want 5 out of 5 into Arms Deal for the extra splash damage. And we want a single point into Find Your Center for the extra melee damage. On the purple tree, we took 5 out of 5 into No Mistakes in Nature and 5 out of 5 into Heavy Rain. Boosting splash damage, boosting melee damage. It's a melee build, so that's the reason we took those. 5 out of 5 into Do Harm, 3 out of 3 into Fast Hands, 3 out of 3 into Transcend for any crit damage that we managed to do. Obviously the Face Puncher doesn't crit, but action skill end element damage will crit. 3 out of 5 into Restless to help with the cooldown. 1 out of 1 into Ascendant to boost whichever augment we chose to use. 3 out of 3 into Laid Bare, 3 out of 3 into Wrath for damage debuff and gun damage. Awakening, 3 out of 3 to improve the rush stacks. A single point into Remnant. Remnant's really, with this build, only procced from our action skill damage. It's not procced from the damage from the face puncher. A single point into Avatar, so we can use our action skill more often. Guardian rank, all the way down to Groundbreaker. It's quite important to have that for this build. And then on Mayhem mode, 11, because I don't like the modifiers. So there we go. That was the Trial of Cunning, with a pretty much one shot on the boss at the end. I hope that we've explained the technique to you in a thorough manner. If you do have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer. If you have enjoyed the content, please consider leaving a like, and also consider subscribing to the channel. It would help me out a lot. It will give me motivation to make more Borderlands 3 content. But nonetheless, that is the Trial of Cunning with the Amara build and the one-shot boss. I hope you've enjoyed this content. I have enjoyed making it and bringing it to you. I trust that you will give this build a go. So I've been LD50, you've been lovely, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.